The historic Hacienda de San Diego is located in northern Chihuahua, between Casas Grandes and the now famous pottery village of Mata Ortiz. Situated just west of the junction of the Piedras Verdes and Palanganas rivers, this once magnificent complex was just a part of an enormous cattle empire. For a short time, in 1911, Francisco I. Madero and his rebel troops used Hacienda de San Diego as their revolution headquarters. Today, the Hacienda stands as a reminder of the feudal landowners who were in large part responsible for the uprising. Hacienda de San Diego was one of 23 major haciendas owned by Luis Terrazas. Terrazas served as a governor of Chihuahua for 11 years near the end of the 19th century, and again in 1904. The San Diego property was added to his Chihuahua holdings in 1874, and he had the main house built between 1902 and 1904. In 1908, Terrazas owned over 7 million acres in the state. The locations of Terrazas' major haciendas are shown here. He had on his property 500,000 steers, 225,000 sheep, 25,000 horses, and 5,000 mules. At about 60,000 acres, San Diego was small compared to his 1.3 million acre state at Encinillas, north of Chihuahua City. A reporter who was introduced to the Don in Mexico City asked if his ranch was located in Chihuahua. Terrazas' reply was that Chihuahua is in my ranch. By 1910, a storm of unrest was building in Mexico. 95% of the country was owned by 5% of the people, primarily hacendados like Don Luis Terrazas. The seeds of the revolution had been sown. Pancho Villa was ready to take up arms. On March 5, 1911, Francisco I. Madero and 500 rebels attacked the federal garrison in Casas Grandes in one of the first battles of the Mexican Revolution. Madero was wounded in his right arm in the battle. He made his way on foot back to the Hacienda de San Diego, where the rebels proclaimed him Mexico's new president. The hacienda was briefly Mexico's White House. Terrazas sought exile in the United States when the revolution started. He returned 10 years later and died in Chihuahua City in 1923. Ironically, the same year that Pancho Villa was assassinated. The complex at San Diego consists of the main house, a granary, stables, and housing for the workers. The main house plan is typical of Mexican haciendas, rooms surrounding a central courtyard.
Se llevó mi polla el gavilán pollero, la pollita que más quiero, que me sirvan otra copa cantinero, sin mi polla yo me muero. Se llevó mi polla el gavilán pollero, la pollita que más quiero, que me sirvan otra copa cantinero, sin mi polla yo me muero. Gavilán, 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 te llevaste mi polla gavilán.
The revolution, time, and vandalism by treasure hunters have taken a toll on this once magnificent structure.
Te llevaste mi polla gavilán, si tú vuelves mi polla para acá, yo te doy todito el gallinero.
If you have taken a tour of San Diego, then you have met members of the Acosta family who live in a restored corner of the hacienda. The head of the family was born here, and his grandmother was a cook for Terrazas.